Welcome. You got mail. So we got Silverback, got Marlo. Last night we had 1.6 thousand people viewing. Looks like the algorithm changing. 1.6 thousand people. I'm like, shout out to the algorithm. Summertime algorithm is here. But I still gotta do some scheduling for Insight Timer, because you know, Monday is my scheduling day. As I chill with you. Welcome, Brother Huma. Yeah. And of course, whenever the content that I do that triggers the algorithm is just Tibetan singing bowls and tuning forks. Tuning forks have been a hit lately. Literally. Boom. Can I request some prayers or positive vibes for an instructor that I saw that seems unwell? You mean somebody on here on Insight Timer? What was up with them? Welcoming Faye. What was up with them? We're here to be supportive of people, of course. I can't tell you how much easier it is for me to study with you sounding. Oh, yeah, this is a great place to chill. I'm grateful too. I'm grateful. Music is really good for studying. Music that you resonate with. Yeah. Okay, let's pop it out. Bring him out. Bring him out. Welcoming Flute. What was up with that? What was up with the teacher? Rolling on the Indo, GameCube, Nintendo, 5% tint so you can't see up in my window. I don't know if it's substance or illness related, but his appearance brought me to tears. A teacher? Were they live? Long time no see. I know, dang, I didn't see you for a whole 6 hours. Or is it 9? They got jokes. They got jokes already. Shoot, we just got started. They got the jokes before me. They beat me to the jokes today, man. Shoot. Man. Okay, let me do my Insight Timer. Real quick. This is when I set up. I got a lot of things to do to go to this week. Wedding reception on Tuesday, Unity on Wednesday. Then I've been listening to that new song from Sister Dory. I rise up 1,000 times again. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh. But that's a bit. It's gonna take me some time to get used to that song because it is not that chill at all. Welcome, Christy. Welcome. Welcome on the folks. Folks. All the folks. All the folks. Okay, so beautiful. Welcome, Christy. Welcome. We got Pam. Let's see here. Let's go to help. I never felt so sad. Oh, you haven't? You never felt so sad about what? So you gotta rise up. You rise up. Life. You gotta find a song that helps you. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna make my. Maybe you just. Oh, what's up, man? That's when you say get on the way. Alright, let's see where our scheduling is right now. So I know I'm not gonna be available Wednesday. Okay, cancel some on Wednesday. We got Unity this Wednesday, 4 p.m. June 20. We have the master moved it again. He said it was this Friday. Let me see here, June, and then Wednesday 10 p.m. cancel because we're at Unity. And then Tuesday night, we're gonna be at Fang's kitchen for a wedding reception with my wife, which is tomorrow, Tuesday 10 p.m. Yeah, I don't know how long. I doubt the wedding reception will be all the way till 10, but cancel that. Are you able? I want to humbly say, they got enough monks there. There's enough monks and nuns to do. I don't want to get involved anymore. They need to do it. DJ Quackers going. Respectfully. So we'll start Thursday all the way to Wednesday again. I don't like to talk about my past experience. Yeah, but then it never gets healed. That's why they call it the skeleton in the closet. We can bring love to the skeleton in the closet. I don't know if no one knows it. Back in 73, before I ever had a multi-platinum selling CD, I was a baby. Maybe I was just a I'm sorry, mama. I never meant to hurt you. What we do in here, if people just come in here, the energy would purify. Naturally, when you come in here, you're like, man, why does it feel calm and cool in here? Because love is calming and cooling. Unconditional love puts out a lot of fire. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's start Thursday, 2 p.m. stream. What is it? 2 hours. Music, okay. Yeah, if you come in here, like, it takes time to heal. Right? And we're kind of, this community is like a really fast pace to healing. And some of y'all are not used to it. That's why I say, look, take your time. It's just if you're around here, we're going to speed things up because we don't deal with BS. When you sad, I don't want to see you sad. And the way to heal the sadness is to look where it comes from. Or else you just keep feeling sad for the rest of your life. Hell no. I can't accept that. That's why I'm like this. Like, yo. That's why we got jokes and everything. You know what I'm saying? That's why it works. So, man, he's on a soapbox about healing again. Golly, but then that's something you need to hear, you know? You know what I'm saying? It's something you need to hear. Thursday, 4 p.m. schedule. I'm on a forgiveness and self-acceptance journey. I think everyone can benefit from surrender, forgiveness, and acceptance. That's why when people like do it, you can say, like people say they've been saved by Jesus Christ, or they found the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. It's the same thing, right? It's spiritual people that call awakening, or some people that call it doing mushroom, but you know, they call it ego death, right? That's another one. I'm just being honest with y'all because I don't see people talking like this. It kind of bugs me that there's not more people speaking up on some real talk. For real. Like, where's all the real talk? It's a bunch of stuff that just leads to link in a damn bio that farms people for their sadness. They use their sadness to capitalize off you. Your life's still the same. Hell no. Hell no. Okay, 10 p.m. Thursday and Friday midnight. Okay. That's why I like the master. He doesn't say things that are, you know. That's why I'm a student to a master who's like, man, he knows saying this is going to hurt people's feeling. But if you don't say it, then they continue to live miserable life forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. You already know. Welcome, Donna, Marla. Got that soulful hip-hop wisdom. All right. Friday. No morning stream. Evening stream. Because we practiced with Charles and Emily on Saturday morning now, so things are changing, and I'm staying online just making this, making Mystic Village work, grow my, I need to continue increasing my wealth through trying to grow on YouTube. Sadness farming. Well, a lot of it has more to do with getting your clicks and views. Oh, I don't even like talking about it because it's sad as hell what people do to each other online. Like, we use viral content to get, I resonate with that, but they don't heal. They just go, yes, I'm sad. Like, oh. But if you're sad, like and subscribe. Like, what the if you're sad, this video is for you. But then their life doesn't change from that content because they get validated for their sadness and they get used for it, which is normal, right? But it doesn't lead to healing. It just leads to what looks like healing, which is you just get a little pat on your head, like. And so that little thing is not enough, so you need more, like. And so you find, you find surface level content creators that go, that capitalize on it. Right. I notice your aura is negative and dark. This message is for you. And everyone's doing. When I first was studying the, what content creators were making online, I saw that trend of like using people's trauma that leads them to non-genuine healing. Because like I was talking to somebody that says, oh yeah, I was talking to a sister at the park. She came from LA and she said she used to live in LA and she was part of spiritual community in Los Angeles, and she said and she was friends with a ton of leaders there. And then she realized a lot of spiritual people there were practicing more like what they were practicing she called demonic, straight up. Because she saw that it was more about their ego and their brand rather than transformation. And she said in Austin it's the same thing. But I already know it. I got God. The universe tell me everything. But I didn't know I didn't know the word would be demonic. I just knew it was manipulative and possessive. But she said demonic, because when they said demonic, it changes what she experienced and saw behind the scene with leaders, right? We see the surface level, but when you become a devotee, you see deeper, and it made her like cut ties with the mainstream spiritual. I knew it was inauthentic because I seen it myself multiple times and multiple years. It has a lot. They use people's victim consciousness to boost them, but keep them a victim, because if they healed, they won't play that game no more. I'm not here to keep you a victim. Every day is your day. And a lot of things, they want to control you, control your happiness, control your mind. But to be free, you breathe easier, you sleep better, and you have better friends. When you get controlled, you act happy with each other, and behind the scene, you smoke a lot, you drink a lot. And then you pretend to be happy while you partake in weekly bottomless mimosas. That doesn't do you any good. And it's what your community does. That's why I don't partake in the mainstream anything. Right? Why? Because a lot of it's politics and control and power and getting you to be part. No, I'm free. I am free. Free falling. Because I have friends in all places. Left, right, up, down, religious, spiritual, parents, hedge fund manager, janitor, real estate people. When you have friends in all places, you start to see, this is some BS somewhere going on right now, and we're not playing that game. You know, people tell you everything. Ministers, right? Content creators, day traders, managers in different places. Because when you help people, people tell you everything, right? People tell me what's going on in their industry, in their world. Looks better with Namo Aida Fak Thai Buck. My hair's longer now because I don't want to look like a monk. People keep thinking I'm a monk, so that's why I let go of the hair, just to be more clear with people, you know. Hey, shout out to Thai Bang Bak. I think everybody already knows him. A real monk on TikTok, because you know sometimes there's the one that don't do a good job. But shout out to Houston, Texas, Buddhism. Yeah. Authentic people always find each other, and grateful that we have authentic people here in Houston, Texas, and on TikTok, because sometimes it can be very, you know, inauthentic, but grateful you passed by to hang out with our Mystic Village brother, sister too. Yeah. I mean, balance and freedom, yeah. And taking the time to have a heart-to-heart conversation with people, you know. Of course, what I love about the Buddhist practice is there's practicing, not just philosophy. Sometimes people love to ask questions, right? But then they don't meditate or chanting or breathing. And that's why I appreciate even churches that sing together, and they encourage singing, because that singing is like a mantra. It's good for your breath work, good for your mind and body. And so grateful for we got a holy master in here. Of course, Mahayana. I see Thai Vang Bak here doing the same thing. Gade bara sangade bodhisattva. So I see my brothers, sisters. Right? You start to see who's on the same frequency. You see they do similar practice, but you know you have to tweak it. Find your own style. Have fun with it. My master, definitely chants differently. I chant differently, but the whole part is chant and practice in a way that inspires you, so that it doesn't feel so bland. Like, you know, that's why we do it more Tibetan Buddhist. Oh, welcome, Ellen. Right. And so when you find your originality, it makes you have this thing called the beginner's mind that makes you like more enthused to chant or more enthused to play the flute because it's doing it in a way that it excites you rather than you have to because your teacher told you gotta chant. Like, Nam mô Đại Bi ơi thượng văn Bồ Tát Nam mô Đại Bi Thiên Tựu Thiên Ngăn Vô Ngài Đại Bi Đam Đà Lan Ni. Yeah. Now in the beginning I definitely chanted exactly how the teacher tells us to. But then as you find yourself, you're like, man, I don't even want to do the Chu Dai Bi. I resonate with no, more Tibetan Buddhism. You just gotta find out what works for you, right? And you find out what works for you when you're happy. When you do something and you're happy, like, wow, it's working. This is why I chant Bob Marley sometimes. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up to me, that's my mantra. Right? Smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds perched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. Because Buddha loves you, and so do I. And God and Buddha will bless you. Every teacher, and love your damn self. See, everyone's got that. My master said, and God and Buddha will bless you. Tai Vang Bako, right? The Buddha love you, and so do I. Me, love your damn self. Like, oh, shoot. more sass, you know. I like to put more chili in my cooking. Because Thai people eat more spicy, okay? Thai people eat more spicy, that's why. You should make stickers. I think we do have that. Yeah, this is more happy Buddha style. Nam mô Di Lặc Hỷ Thường Phát Bồ Tát, you know. But is he serious? He's saying damn to spiritual people. Can you show me the favorite flute? It depends on my mood. But the mystic, you know, the mystic village flute would be this one. Because this is the most well-rounded flute. Yearland vibe for the master coming to hang out with us a little bit. If you want to follow a positive Buddhist monk, check out Thai Vong Bak here. And he live stream and answer questions. So I appreciate that, being on here, because it's the future. Right? He'll sit there, read questions. And people need leaders to connect like that. Because that's what we do on here, answer questions and do our best to be a good servant, Do our best to be a good servant. Everybody's just doing the best that they can to help each other, And he happens to be from Houston, Texas, too. So something good is going on in Houston, Texas. I don't know. Something good's going on in Houston, Texas. It is not a preset for monk not to use social. I don't think the Buddha know TikTok. Why you got jokes? You may not use the internet. Man, the Buddha was ahead of his time. He knew about social media and the internet. He said, right? It's not bad to have desire, just don't be attached. Oh. That's why they have the word doom scrolling. Are you doom scrolling today? Yes, I am. Do less of doom scrolling, please. Oh. That's not a precept, okay? We just kind of use wisdom. Don't want to confuse you. Man, the Buddha knew about social media 4,000 years ago. You don't know there's 11 commandments. You shall not doom scroll on the internet in 2025. So you have to use a magnifying glass to look at the very bottom. Like when that guy becomes Santa Claus, at the very back, you're like, oh, wait. Oh, you're stuck being Santa. If you find one dead, you're the next Santa now. What the hell? Let's see here. Let's go. All right, next. Saturday night, 10 p.m. Yes. What does Dharma mean to you? Dharma is like the Tao, the path. Like the lessons in life that's teaching you. At least that's what I share with brothers, sisters in here. And I guess it evolves over time. They say that Dharma is like the Tao and the way. And it's like the path that leads you to a better you, right? Your sadness or your happiness, it's all part of life. It's more about being the student of life. Yeah. And yeah, the way is just your life. And of course, whenever we come together to share about what we learn from our life, right? Then we have the Sangha, which is the spiritual community. Yeah. The Sangha is what we share in the Dharma. Yeah. The Sangha, this is Sangha, what we share is Dharma. Yeah. It's like, man, you're sad, but then I learned to be happy. Like, oh, how did you do that? Oh, yeah, I love my damn self. Well, how did you love yourself? Oh, I started being more grateful with my life. And you're like, oh, really? Then that's when you get wisdom. And as the community have wisdom, then we're happy. It's just when you're sad, you need the medicine. The medicine is the wisdom. But but of course there's what's wisdom? You can say when you apply the knowledge, when you apply enough, when you go through life and you start realizing, yeah, you could say it's the medicine to life. It helps you from repeating negative patterns in life so that you don't keep driving down the same road and following a pothole. You get a flat tire one time. Like, maybe at this street I should slow down. Right. So as we pay attention in life and you gain more knowledge, the wisdom starts to unfold. But if you don't pay attention, the universe is going to lead you to wisdom. Why? You're going to get a flat tire again, or more sadness or heartbroken. It's like getting involved in another relationship and getting heartbroken again for the ninth time. And then they come here, Guru Thanet, I'm sad today. I'm like, what happened? She dumped me. I'm like, again? For real. So, or it could be, oh, thank you so much for 25,000, 23,000. Right. And so you gain wisdom from honestly your life experiences and suffering. But the beautiful part is that when you have more wisdom, you start to learn from other people's suffering instead of needing to suffer every suffering to learn. You know what I mean? It would be terrible for us to gain wisdom. We had to suffer every dang thing. But luckily, when we start paying attention, having more mindfulness, awareness, we can like, oh, man, maybe I should actually love myself first, because all these people so sad because they get dumped again for the 10th time. I'm the opposite of I'm the opposite. Been married for too long. Don't want another relationship. What's the ultimate of human life? I mean, in Buddhism term, they call it, right, they say enlightenment. You flow to the ocean. But at the end of the day, it's whatever, it's whatever you choose for it to be. For me, I just choose it to be happiness, contentment. This moment is enough. But for some people, it's not. I think once you feel contentment in life and peace, well, what more do you need? Other than help others feel contentment with you too, right? I mean, when you're happy and your parents fighting, you're like, how can I help them? Because I'm good. Or some people come in here still looking for a girlfriend, boyfriend, but they don't realize they're looking for something within. How can I be a better teacher so that they don't have to suffer more? Which is more, they call it the bodhisattva or the bodhisattva's heart or the light worker's heart. Yeah. Then I'm getting interviewed. What do you see in you? I mean, honestly, nothing. I mean, I mean, maybe that answer is love, but that love is so deep that it's undescribable. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it's like how do you define God or Buddha or love? It's hard to. So maybe we just don't. So inside me, it's like you can say agape love. Right? So that's why it depends on. I just see who I'm talking to. Yeah. Right. Is it no? But of course, keeping it humble, and it's more about I approach the teaching in more how can I be impactful, How do you find yourself? I mean, pay attention. Right, you have a body, but you're not the body. You have a mind, you're not the mind. You're like a spiritual being having a human experience. So you have to see your humanness and your Buddha nature, the Christ consciousness. And I just share with people what works for me, and it turns out it works for many people too. And that's what leads me to, But, I'm kind of used to the question, just, sometimes the Buddha want to give you exam, It just, but I'm open to it. You know why? I trust God. I trust the Buddha. I trust my ancestors. Sometimes sometimes we just want to know what our brothers and sisters are doing out here rapidly. Right? So when you ask question back to back, it allows you to see, is this teacher from the heart or from the head? Because, I get it. Sometimes we're so busy, we just want to see what network, who's out here, what kind of work are they doing. Luckily, yeah, that's why I'm surrendering, because yeah, it's more about humility and understanding there's a future here, because you know why? He's a young monk. We need young monks, and young monk is like a future leaders. And so future leaders or current leaders need to collaborate, because the future is in our hands, right? And there's many future leaders in here, right? We got, and online, it's just, I get it. Sometimes it feels like, wow, there's actually genuine practitioners online, because sometimes it feels a little bit inauthentic and not sure, right? So you want to ask questions, and that's why I welcome it. And so be prepared, brothers, sisters. One day, some of your mentors or people in the communities may come to, what's going on in here, man? Like, nothing, we just help people love themselves. Do you tell people something that's needed, but it's going to trigger them? Before you tell somebody the truth that's going to trigger them, you have to have their respect and trust first. This is a huge criteria. If they don't trust you and you tell them the truth that can trigger them, they're going to get their feelings hurt. But if they trust you, they respect you, and you learn to gracefully drop the hammer, because when you drop the hammer, right? It presses their ego, exactly. And so you don't want to trigger the ego, but you want to do it in a loving way. It's like the happy Buddha smiling like this, right? And the happy Buddha still smile like, oh, what the? It's okay, the truth can be painful, but somebody's gotta say it. Because I just want to see you happy. And there you go. And that was Dory. I mean, that was one of us and somebody in here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. So there's many techniques you can use, but it's about gaining trust. Right? It's about respect and trust in each other. Because if you never speak the truth, then people remain unfulfilled, unhappy. And that's why I can't deal with the mainstream spiritual community, because you go get a card reading and you go, I resonate with that. But they do nothing with it other than you take their money. A lot of card readers just tell people what they resonate with, but they don't speak the truth enough to like open something up for them to change their life. Because why? They'll never come back to get another card reading. Right? Because the truth will set you free, but sometimes you don't want to go to that level because they'll never come back to get a second card reading. But whenever you do something from your heart, it's pure, and then you drop it. I'm willing to. So that's where doing things from the heart and not charging money, it makes you speak more, there's more precision in the way you express the truth and knowledge. Yeah. And you know that I'm here with love, right? I'm not trying to trigger people. I want to see you happy, but sometimes you're not getting the message and you don't want to hear it. But when you love the community so much, the music's so good, and people are so positive, and then it's your turn. Like, owie. I thought he was nice. I'm still nice. I'm just not here to BS with you. You know? Welcome, Snipe Fox says, good afternoon, Guru. I just recently split up with my girlfriend 5 days ago after 3 years, and she's already with a new guy. I'm trying to move on. Ouch, right? You just split with your girl 5 days ago, and she with a new guy already. I'm trying to move on and love my damn self, but it's so hard for my mind to not think about her and focus on the poor feelings. Do you have any advice on cleansing? Light incense. Do something every day for yourself. Light some incense for you. Breathe. You have to find different ways to do something. Sing a song. Play Bob Marley's song. Sing with Bob Marley. That could be your meditation. But go to the gym. Be with a positive energy. Don't worry about a thing. But here's the to help you be less miserable. Let me just be honest with you. You got blessed by God that it doesn't work out after 3 years, because it could be 4 years, bro. It could be 5 or 6 years. 3 years, you've been blessed. For real. That's a short time. Now you know what inauthenticity looks like. It could be 26 years. Right? And here's another secret. Eventually, you gon' get over it. And there's millions of potential partners for you in the future. But right now, get back to yourself. Nurture yourself. Don't worry about needing a relationship with other people. Have a good relationship with yourself first. Wake up and say thank you for my life. Go talk to some cats and dogs. They're not worried about nothing. Have you seen a cat before? Especially the chubby cat. You're like, you're not worried about nothing. Just give it food. You look at a dog, pet me, walk me, pet me, walk me. But human beings are like, wah. Saturday, 10 p.m. We're gonna be on. Or if you want something better, go stare at a tree. The tree is not worried about nothing. Oh, man, that tree is so chill. Maybe me too. Yeah. Word up. So you want to take action. When you just sit there in your thoughts, man, she didn't even love me. I thought she loved me, man. And then if you don't have good community, it leads to drinking, smoking, because you got heartbroken. Your heart didn't get broken. Your ego, your expectation got broken because you have expectations of how love should be. But external love, right, is inconsistent. But self-love is something that you can be consistent with because you always have you. And everything outside of you is conditional. Everything. If you need love from outside of you, it's not conditional because they can dump you, things can happen. But when you have the core of your life, internal love, that's why they call your consciousness the kingdom, the internal kingdom. Tend to your consciousness, make the inside, your internal kingdom full of joy and happiness, and fill your cup. And let go. And don't need it to be easy. Just take it one day at a time. Yeah. I think and if you want to go all the way, start meditating on gratitude for your life. Every morning, just wake up in 10 minutes. Thank you so much that I woke up today. I'm aware my mind may be a little sad, but at least I still have me. At least I still have this moment. At least I'm alive. I want to focus on gratitude and the blessings I already have. And the blessings in the difficult lessons, like a relationship not working out. But the one relationship that is working out is me and myself. Thank you so much for wisdom in my life. And then you can smile to yourself. And have a good time. Have a good time. All right, Saturday, 10 p.m. Sunday, midnight. Yeah, the thing is, we don't know we don't know. We've been taught by Hollywood and Disney movie codependency, which means you need outside. Ever since you were born, your mama, your parents show you codependency. But luckily, the spiritual experience is interdependent. All you need is you, which is so beautiful. No, it's Sunday. It's Saturday night, which is 12 a.m. Also known as Sunday night. Yeah. Which I end at 2 a.m. So 12 a.m. All right. Alyosha was in a live. Yeah. Yeah, my cat was on. Y'all missed the cat. If y'all missed my cat, that might be the only time in a long time till you see the cat again. But I have shorts on TikTok with my cat. And there's one where I'm just... Because, my sister needed the cat because animals are very healing, especially when you train the animals to be loving. When your animal is loving and you're not attached, they go and heal people. So even the animals around here are healers. I know. Right? Like we feed stray cats and we make sure they're good kitty cats. As they graduate, they go find a home. But my parents make sure to neuter as much as they can. Neuter and spay. It's just, man, this over here is cat haven. They're like, man, they feed y'all, they give y'all water and shelter. So all the cats in the area starts realizing this is like a community up here. So we have a mystical cat village here too. I know, I'm like, welcome to my life. Mystical cat village. Have they got merch? Yeah, wow. Do they play the flutes? No, but they're the guardian. Because the cats are very sensitive, so if there's weird energy, they'll start fighting. I'm like, yo, what's going on with your energy? Because they pick up like the full moon, they'll start cat fighting, right? So then there's raccoons or whatever will come around. They're very sensitive to energy, and they'll act emotional somehow. Then you're, I'm like, what's up with you? So instead of you having to so they help you with awareness. And the master says at the temple that the cat they do help protect the energy because they're very sensitive, but they're more observant, right? Cats are very smart. They'll just lay it down pretending they don't see it, but they see it. All right, Monday. Two p.m. And we're scheduling all the way to Wednesday here. Two p.m. and 4 p.m. And of course I might cancel these if I have an emergency or things come up. Monday, 4 p.m. Because you have to schedule on Insight Timer like this. I adopted a dumpster kitty and it took him 2 years for us to be friends before it was 2 years. That's like human beings sometimes take longer to heal, like my mom. Right? Because they just think there is no healing. That's the sad part. But when you don't give up, because when it's impossible to heal somebody, that's your light worker test right there. Imagine every bodhisattva or light worker have a test. The one that goes, that's impossible to heal, but they're in your life for a reason, right? That cat is impossible, but you just decided to take on the challenge. You know? Same thing with Annie. My cat was also adopted, was very hyper, right? And ungrounded, but eventually you learn how to communicate with touch different way. And human beings are the same way. Maybe they don't like I love you, but they like you too. Acts of service. That's why I recommend reading the 5 love languages. Right? If you're looking to help yourself or others heal about love. Right? Monday, 4 p.m. Let's see here. Monday. I didn't focus on many books, but the books I did enjoy, I still practice the 5 love languages. You know, right? You have two main ones, and because you can learn every love language, but you naturally have a main one, right? Acts of service, quality time, affirming words, physical touch, and gifts. Right. Sometimes you think gifts are materialistic, which it is, but it doesn't have to be toxic or unhealthy. You can show a simple, here, I got you a little fidget spinner, or I found a rock, or I found this beautiful leaf in the shape of a heart, and this is for you. You know, oh, that's so sweet. 10 p.m. Monday. Yeah. So when you find out about yourself, then you start working, you start understanding, and you tell people what you need. You know. Or you just give it to yourself. I know this might be weird. If you need a hug and nobody's there to hug you, you can sit there and just give yourself a hug and just mean it. Because then instead of needing somebody to love you, you realize you just need, or go to a cat and just hold the cat. Go to your dog and just hug your dog. That's why the animals are there. No, the life schedule is not changing. It's the same. Yeah. I'm just setting it up on Insight Timer. That's all, because they need. The schedule is the same. This is more. Right, that's why they're there. Our little angels. And you can also just hug a tree. But sometimes sometimes you want something different. You know what I mean? Tree I like, but some people the tree is enough. Me, I like to touch the dirt. I like to put my feet on the dirt. Because when I do that, I feel like I'm hugging the earth. Right? Because while your feet's clean, right? Your feet is clean, but when you get your feet dirty, it does something to your mind that goes, I don't care. I'm connecting with the earth. Right, and in Thailand, when you do alms, when you go, I was a monk for like what, almost 2 months. When you go walking around, you have to walk barefoot, and the street is dirty, but you connect with it, right? It humbles you to walk barefoot, and it's not that hot in the morning anyways, right? And I had to do a solo journey, like, okay, the monk go this way, I go this way. So you have to do the mantra. Right? And you have to memorize that. I'm like, memorize it. Can I just do Om Mani Padme? No. No. This is Theravada, okay? Damn. You can't just freestyle. Gotta respect the culture. Gotta respect the religion. Like, wait a minute. Let's see here, Tuesday midnight. AM. I'm doing some scheduling thing. Welcome, Sister Grace. I got some arm stuff. Arm stuff. What's up with your arm? Let's see here. Tuesday midnight. Carpal and elbow stuff. Oh yeah. You gotta bring more feminine energy in your life. That's why you got Virgil. I mean, that's why you're married. He's not there, right? He's not there, right? Oh, oops. Just kidding, I don't even care. Tuesday midnight here, okay. GT caught me before I hit rock bottom. I'm glad you're doing great, brother Michael. Sucks to be. Life's sometimes very challenging. That's why having the Sangha or spiritual community helps you to be like, yo, you don't have to go down that low unless you're going to the club with me. I mean, yeah, anyways. Yeah. The community helps you to not go down so low. Yeah, because sometimes you're like, man, nobody's here to help me. Oh, there's no schedule changes. It's still the same. Yeah. It's still the same. I'm just up. The schedule is still the same. No changes. I'm just doing Insight Timer right now. Yeah, it just, again, this is why, because Insight Timer, you have to schedule every 2 hours. So imagine every time I just click live one time, I have to schedule that. Why were you banned for 5 minutes? Because Evie was on the camera alone and somebody reported or whatever, tripping out. Well, I mean, she was on camera and we were in the background at the park. And then somebody reported or whatever. Yeah, so, you know, every time I live stream, if I stream on Insight Timer, I have to schedule for 2 hours because there's a limit to how much you can schedule. And then, so I have to schedule twice. So that's why I've been scheduling. And I got a strike on mine. Let's see here, Tuesday 12 a.m. Tuesday 2 p.m. Oops. And the reason I do this, because you know why? There's people on Insight Timer that's super committed as, right? So that's why I'm surrendering, even though it, oh, thank you so much, Team Rating. Right. Because of the amount of devotion and healing and the testimonials on every platform, it's like, I surrender at the end. Right, because the amount of good that's happening, it pushes me to do everything. Right. Yes, it may be a lot of effort every week. I have to schedule, I have to do Unity, Sunday, sleep at 3 a.m., sleep at 4 a.m., sleep at 5 a.m., wake up and repeat. But it's worth it because look at your life. Your life's improving, and that's why I wake up every day. You know what I mean? I wake up every day because people's lot, like my purpose. I love helping people. Oh, thank you, Ellen. Yeah. And this is also my job too, but it's donation based, so it's more community for me because you give not because you have to, but you feel something. And to me, I'm super blessed. I'm super duper blessed that you believe and you breathe and you enjoy the flutes, you enjoy the humor. I know there's a lot going on sometimes, but I'm here for it. You know, I'm like, again, I'm just myself. I be cracking random jokes, you know. Okay, Tuesday, 4 p.m. not there, but Tuesday, 10 p.m. Okay, Tuesday, 10 p.m. Thank you, G-Snap. Thank you. And the beautiful part is, y'all, that the community is mentoring each other also. That's why I love, that's why I love that I'm not the only one doing it. Is the community is naturally, because y'all learn something and you like share with each other how to help, right? So that's why when there's more teachers and students, we all grow together instead of just me having to like do it all. There's teachers in the community, right? That's why I say if you resonate with some teachers, give them a follow, right? Give them a follow, support people. Like, and if you serve people with, you know, for free, and you help people, you're always welcome to promote yourself, you know, especially when the time is appropriate. You can tell when it is, yeah. Because it's like we have a good network here, and I'm honest to people. Like for the people who aren't here for genuine connection and community, right? You can tell who they are. You can tell who's here to talk at people. And so that when we find connection from an authentic source, like, you can trust that a lot more. Is it Tuesday? And if they're not humble, I'll check on them, because you can tell people's intention just by asking some questions. And you see me check some leaders and teachers. And, and I'm always trying to share what I'm doing here to maintain quality and authenticity and humility, how to stay humble, Because I want to see you also out here helping people, because everybody, like, if you're willing to do your part, I want to see you succeed. I want to see you grow. It's just, it's a lot of effort. So that's why I want to honor people, support people. Okay, so Tuesday, Monday here. Monday 2, 4, 10. Tuesday 2. Wednesday. Sometimes you don't know who to go to be around positive people. And that's why when you're on all the time, people have a positive place to go in their life. I think that's really hard to... It's hard for people to realize that, yeah, there may not be a consistent place of positivity where you can go to, where people are, when it feels alive, That's why I love live streaming so much, because you can talk to people that's live, and if they're authentic, it's a community that is like it's a sangha that is positive, spiritual community that's positive, and it's grounded. Because I do see a lot of spiritual communities talking online, You're welcome, Sister Christy. It's just sometimes they miss the mark because they don't focus on the authenticity. We talk about spiritual stuff, but it's like, why does that feel off? It sounds right, but it feels off. We're talking about trauma healing and all these things. A ton of people talking about trauma healing, but it's missing authenticity. And then they get into debates and people get really triggered all the time. Like, what are we doing here? Y'all got drama with each other and trying to mentor people out of trauma, right? We're trying to mentor people while we trigger each other as mentors and teachers. And that's when I say, oh, and that's why their community doesn't last as long, because they can't even chill. Because I'll go in people's live and sit there and listen for a while just to see, y'all arguing again? Again, And you know what's sad? It's the same people. And they got a reputation. Everyone knows, in this community, this person has caused trouble. But the leader doesn't know how to sometimes the leader don't know how to have boundaries with some things. And so if you don't know how to have boundaries, like in here, we don't do politics or anything that leads to politics. So that's why I stay quiet on some things, because some things have nothing to do with genuine happiness. It's just It's just political happiness. It's just ego. So that's why I don't play some games. You deserve happiness every day, not just 1 month. Your day is every day. You know what I'm saying? It's just when they put you in a box, they're trying to control you. That's why every day is your birthday. Every day you can celebrate your life. Your life matters, whoever you are. Party is like it's 1999. Like they went off with the fireworks, the millennial, right? I think you shouldn't advise people or to. The thing is, everybody's doing the best that they can to help each other. It just sometimes you don't know you have it. Sometimes you don't know how much more healing you need yourself if you don't spend time looking and going within and being real with yourself. That's why I say don't BS yourself. Be genuine to yourself and everything will show. But if you keep not being honest to yourself, then you gotta be honest. That's why it's hard. That's why it's hard to teach people who don't know how they really feel. Also, people who, right? Like when you think you're happy, but you're really not. Well, you gotta be like, if you're happy, then how come your attitude are not happy? Like, oh. And that's the truth that people need to hear sometimes. You're so happy that you're miserable. Like, do you see how that's not working out? Like, oh yeah. Yeah. So that's why you have to be graceful with people. And if you don't know how to be graceful with people, you have to learn, because that energy of grace, I think that's one of the most beautiful word. Grace. The word, okay? And some people too. And the wife, Grace here, Graces, Gracies. He says, I agree. Happy wife, happy life. He knows. It's the bro code. Thank you. Share. Muchos gracias. Para bendiciones. Not everyone is an expert on life, some of us. Yeah, exactly. That's why the Sangha is a very amazing thing, because we can all learn from each other. It just takes us trusting each other, you know? It's beautiful. Wednesday, let's see. But that's why I'm so grateful for your vulnerability, right? Because your vulnerability is so healing. Because I didn't go through the same thing you went to. So you have more, like that's why your testimonials are so powerful, because you succeeded as a mother or as a father. Because right, I'm not a father or a mother, but you are. And so, but I have a mother, right? So my relationship is a different dynamic. So through community healing, we all can be inspired by each other, and that's beautiful. Beautiful. Exactly. And that's why what I respect a lot, the Buddha's like, life is full of suffering. Life is full of pain and suffering, but there's a way to stop the suffering. But pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Like, because the suffering is something you keep carrying with you that you could let go. With wisdom, you do learn to let go. But pain, like, ow, my toe. Ow. Wow, he yelled at me. But next day, he's not there. Man, that dude yelled at me. Past tense. Damn, that dude hurt me years ago. Like, damn. But with wisdom, like, let go what doesn't serve you. I got sunshine on a cloudy day. But you had to say it in the right way, because when I remember I said, you have to learn to love your abuser or forgive your abuser. Right? That can be really triggering. Love your abuser? Right? So that's why you have to clarify over and over. But what does that mean? Because your abuser have been abused themselves. Hurt people, hurt people, hurt people, hurt people, hurt people. And you got hurt, and then you may go hurt people. But the opposite is true when you heal people. Heal people, heal people, heal people, heal people. Heal people. Heal people. How can you mend? They are not. Hurt can heal too. Yeah. Hurt people can heal too. Yes, exactly. It's just clearly hurt people can heal. It's just when you're hurt, it's hard to realize you can heal until you find inspiration to heal. So that's why the knowledge, you have to have some strength in the way you deliver the wisdom, which is like, oh shoot. And they call that real talk. Because if you don't learn to deliver the talk, that's real, like, oh shoot. Because what that knock does, it knocks the ego away from continuous cycle. Like, damn, how come nobody just said it right out before? And so it, instead of like living in a cycle of the same sadness, I call it the hammer of ignorance. You just knock the ego out so good, the wisdom starts to open. Yeah. And you breathe. What'd she say? I have a shirt that says broken crayons can still color. That's what from Sister Donna. Every day is a second chance. How can you mend a broken heart? Da-na-na-na-na-na. I was terribly abused and then became abusive during the worst time of my life. Realized what was happening and made changes. I now talk to people publicly about my experience with mental health recovery. Beautiful. Yeah. Naturally, a lot of people become sober in here because there's a lot of sobriety talk and a lot of, substance abuse talk that inspire people like, oh, that's why I smoke. Right? So it helps people understand themselves a lot better. Because that's called wisdom, right? Wisdom. Every day can be as many chances as you need. Yeah, exactly. But, it's just harder to believe whenever your life's been sad for so long. That's why we have stand-up comedy. I gotta give props to all the stand-up comedians, because I remember when I used to be all sad as hell, I just watched some Dave Chappelle or some Bobby Lee and you got some reason to enjoy your life, so. Or the Crystal Jill. You want a short nail or long nail? Oh, honey, that's why I have boyfriend. You're like, oh, shoot. Let him know. What's her name? Angela Johnson or whatever. Honey, that's why I have boyfriend. I remember that it's still popping now, till now. Put some respect on her name. Cat Williams. Oh, when I was in a trap house, that's what we were watching. So there's a dark place for that, for myself in the trap house. Oh, it is what it is, though. Ali said it, yeah. I always like the old stuff, Mad TV, like watching the Stewart, right? Remember the Stewart skit? And Miss Swan. I was on that for a while. Miss Swan. Tomorrow. Let's see here. Yeah, Mad TV. Because growing up, I cracked a lot of jokes. My father also was hilarious, so it runs in the family that we were just cracking jokes. Key and Peele for sure, but back then that wasn't a thing yet. It's just more about, sometimes I crack jokes, but I can turn it off any moment. Like I could just, I can turn it down, because sometimes you got to, you know what I mean? And that's why having a good posture throughout your day helps you to know how to operate, and just reading your energy, because that's why you have the chakra system. So when you pay attention to everything, you know how to operate. The universe has used you. So you're like a guitar. You're an instrument, and the energies around you and inside you just kind of. I've been smoking the grass right now, and I hear it. You inspire me to do it. I've been relying on most of my life to numb the stress of pain. Yeah, find what works for you. It's just, as the community heals, so many people start healing with the community, which is like amazing. Many people never think about. The thing is, it's so easy to get off track if you're not constantly devoted to being around practitioners. So easy. Right, you see it. People who leave here for a while and they come back, big mess. Big mess. Because when you move away from, shout out Sister Kata here. Now in Christian term, they say that the devil always come looking for you when you find the light. Exactly. So that's why you have to be around light worker until you rise above it, or else your plug starts calling, your homegirl starts calling, like we should go out again, even though you said you're not gonna go to the club and bar because you changed your life. Right. If you have anxiety, the best sound trust that you can relax yourself. Here, I'll turn this up. The ocean breath. And then every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds perch by my doorsteps. Singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true. Now, my secret to living in the beginning, the way I reduce my stress, is I always find time to breathe somewhere. If I'm at the computer and I'm having anxiety, I would just pretend to look at the computer and meditate. And because no one knows, they just think you're staring at the screen. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. So you just have to secretly add mindfulness to your day. No one has to know. You're walking somewhere. Turn it into meditation, brothers, sisters. The way you walk could be meditation time. But don't do it when you're driving. Please. It's good. You should focus on the road. Don't be like me in the past. Yes, Cosmic was my old name, yeah. I'm still Cosmic to some people. What if the anxiety comes on at work? Then turn on your mindfulness at work. Imagine you can only relax at home. Like, the universe is a lot more loving than that. Like, oh, you can relax at work. Eureka! Wow, I can. You know what I mean? And so it just takes time to cultivate a discipline at work. You're not here to, like, right in the middle of like a meeting start, yeah, stressing me out. No. You have to learn how to do it under the radar. Wherever you're at, manage your stress on your own, or else you end up needing to smoke every damn day. Hell no. Right, maybe you need some malabi to remind you. Right, maybe you need a fidget spinner to remind you. You need something to keep you, right? The best thing is commitment. Some people need stuff, but when it's time to use it, they don't effing use it. Well, what's the point of having the stuff if you don't use it? That's why having commitment and discipline is the best tool, because you always have it with you. Like, oh no, I left my fidget spinner at home. I can't relax now. You know what I mean? Or it could be your phone. You always have your damn phone. So might as well use it for meditation. Plum Village has an app that constantly play a bell every 5 to 10 minutes if you want to. Interval bell. Or some people watch the stream, yes. See, even I have form. Unless you want to be hypnotized. Like, wait, what? Unless you want to be hypnotized. No, I don't think you're ready for that. That's for level 5 Reiki masters only. There he goes again. There he goes again. How much I need to donate to become level 5? Link in the bio. Excuse me, that was my routine, okay? That's my happiness routine. I'm like a cheerleader for love, see? Yeah. If you're dealing with heartbreak, it means you're not around here enough to transform your life. You know, if you want to transform your life, you have to be around people who are transformative. Not the same old. When people come to me, they come to me with transformation. This is from last night. Last night. Welcome, Julia. Wait, how is he talking without moving his lips? My third mouth. If I turn around, there's a mouth behind me. That's why you never see behind my head. Oh no. Brujería. Mira. Brujerito. Brujerito. Like, man, he be knowing too much stuff. What the hell? With the huevos. It just, you know stuff because the universe needs you to know something. How do you deal with toxic coworkers? With love? You can't fight toxic with anger. But many people will try like that's, you know what I mean? Your impatience and anger is making those toxic coworkers like own you because they know you're easily triggered, so they're gonna do it every time they get the chance to. You know what I mean? But whenever you're grounded, they ask you, why are you so chill? You know, I used to not be, but I started loving my damn self. Because I enjoy happiness a lot more. Because I got some options. But it's not always easy to, because, you know, sometimes you're at work and people have a lot to complain about. But I don't let it get to me because I choose to be the peace at work. Imagine if somebody's sad at work, if somebody's angry at work and I just join them in anger. That's a toxic environment. I'm trying to create a peaceful environment. And that's why I be doing it like that. Like, oh. Where did you learn this from? Well, link in my bio. Buy one, get one free. Not the link in the bio thing again. I knew it. So I used to work in a toxic environment. Many places. My household used to be toxic, the coworker. But the way you turn your environment around is be willing to do more than you're asked of you. To be a peacemaker, but not so much that you drain yourself. Right when I show up to live stream, I'm doing way more than what's asked of me because that's what's needed. Above and beyond, that's called the miracle, the light workers. Because if you're not going above and beyond, people don't really, they don't feel it. But when you're willing to go above and beyond, like, why the heck would he just do that? Why do you want to work more? Because it just makes the environment more peaceful. And then the universe will open new doors for you instead of staying in that toxic environment. As you do your best to be a good person, new doors open. But some people, they just maintain, I'm just here to get money and clock the hell out of here. That's most people's attitude. Lack of compassion. And if you get paid decently, you'll deal with BS and a toxic environment instead of try to like make things work. Make things work. So while working at the Cheesecake Factory, everybody was out here trying to get money. I'm out here, how can I make the environment the most loving, the most peaceful, so that I can love going to work? Because before I didn't like going to work. Right? But how can I learn to enjoy that? Be the change you wish to see in your environment. I started doing more. And even as a wedding videographer, you have to be willing to do above and beyond. Right? I'd be putting on the groom's flower. I'll be putting people's tie on. Right? I'd be giving pep talks to the bride and groom. Like, yo, stay calm. So while I do photos, I start giving them like breathe together and feel the loving energy for your day. And so I'll start doing like spiritual, I'll teach them how to meditate during the photo shoot so they can feel relaxed in front of the photo. Click, look, relax your body, eyes, click. And then they would like, they feel, and then at the end they feel incredible. But not every bride and groom is open to that because they're already too effed up. Right? But the ones that were open, they're like, wow, you made our wedding or whatever. You just do the best that you can. Do the best that you can, and your best is enough. Alright, when I get on stream, I didn't know what was possible on here. I just want to do my best. I didn't know how much it would grow. But I just show up, do the best that I can. That's enough. And when we do our best, you plant mango, you get mango. When you do the best comes back to you. When you help people, people help you back. That's what that's one of the core teachings from my teacher. Right. And it's true. When you help people, people help you back. When you bless people, people bless you back. But don't expect it because that's called conditions. Because when you help people and expect something back and then they don't give you back, you're all pissed off all the time. You're like, man, I help everybody and they never help me back. That's because you practice conditional love, boo. A lot of people practice conditional love and then they get pissed off why their family doesn't help back. Yeah, transactional. Exactly. But when you do amazing work, because if you don't do good work, then the results are not going to be good. Like, why would people bless you if they don't feel blessing from you? Imagine you do the worst work and then you get blessed. What do you think you're going to do? You're going to keep doing worse. Right? But when you do amazing, so if you're doing what you think is great, but there's no return, you have to see like, what am I doing where the energy doesn't flow, right? There's a flow. You don't expect it, you know it'll come sometime, but if it never comes, you're like, why? It's about your energy. Sometimes you're doing something and your energy is so heavy, but you don't realize it. Sometimes you're operating with ego and you don't realize it. That's it. And sometimes you're doing something humble, but somebody perceives that as ego. You just look at your results. If you have great results, keep trusting, right? But when you don't have great results, adjust, right? Adjust. Right, so before Mystic Village became a thing, and right, I had like 4 or 5 different versions of spiritual community. The first one was called Transformative Thursdays. I meditated with my coworkers at the Cheesecake Factory. Right. And then from there, I started exploring different groups. I went to Hare Krishna Temple, Ecstatic Dance. I went to Medicine for the People. I went to all these things. I went to Unity of Houston. I went to different churches. I went to different temples exploring. I went to metaphysical shops, different sound baths, different gatherings. Right? And then from that, I became inspired to create Houston Zen Out. Eventually, it turned into Cosmic Soul Circle. Okay, thank you, Christy. And then from Cosmic Soul Circle, we had a Gong Fu Cha, which is tea drinking party. And then after that, HTX meditation. But Mystic Village was cultivated around that time. So this is not the first generation, right? Because when you're about that life, you're about that life, man. Yeah, if you have a story, sister, you can type it. I'll read it out to everybody. She says, can I share a small sweet story with you all, please? Sure, type it and then we'll read it for you. I want to be about this life. Let's see here. This is from Iga. I am a therapist. My clients often come and express their emotions, sadness, and frustration and cry as well. So I'm trying to receive them with love and gratitude. But often I absorb too much energy. Meditation helps, but do you have any other recommendations? Okay, so if you're picking up people's energy too much, that means what you're doing already, you're picking up too much. So you have to adjust. I learned from the master. The master doesn't make eye contact too long because he's dealing with hundreds of people a day. He'll listen to you deeply, through, like, you sit squared on somebody and they just dump. So you have to learn how to listen, deeply listen, and make eye contact like this so that the energy doesn't. So there's a, right? If the energy is heavy, disconnecting eye contact from time to time helps to not make it so intense. And I don't square up on people too often. I just slightly adjust so that it's not pure, like, full connection. You still connected from the heart level, but you don't want to pick up the negative energy but still be there for them. So that's why you just make eye contact like this and listen from time to time respectfully, and then ask, that's it. There's other techniques too, right? Like using sound. Like if it gets heavy, before going to the next thing, literally, let's just breathe together. And then on to the next. But the tool can be something more fun, like a little tongue drum, right? Because the sound breaks the energy, the heaviness in the air. Right? But you want it to be loud enough so that both people can hear. It could be something like this, like a ting sha. So you have to take the time to get both people to stop and breathe. That's the key. There's a Plum Village app, yeah. So you can use an app on the phone, but it's different because when you pick something up and then use it, it's like an art form versus just some audio that randomly automatically thing. Oftentimes you're not going to pay attention to it. But if you do, it's usually you and yourself. But if you have clients around, it's different. That's all. Let's see what sister. Here we go. She says, this is from Sister Christy Amazonite. And you can always come to YouTube to type a longer message, or Inside Timer can already, right? Because on TikTok you cannot type long messages. At the career center today, where I volunteer, a little girl I teach meditation to came up to me today, hugged me and said, my mommy was in pain and was crying and screaming. So I did what you taught us, and I told my mommy to breathe lots and slowly like a tortoise, and think the angel light is in her body, and I held her hand and she stopped crying and said I made her feel better. Heal people, heal people. The little girl told me, thank you for helping my mommy not to be in pain and sad. Shoot, actually, that's a testimonial right there. Right? Because you just practice what you believe and then you share with others and it worked. Like, breathwork works. So that's what you should share, sister. Like, keep that testimonial, and then as you teach meditation, that's something that you could bring up from time to time, because the children pay more attention than the adults sometimes. So hey, let's ring a singing bowl for her here. Good work. Help the children, help the people. And that spiritual community, to me, that's what it's about. When you're good and you gain wisdom, you're naturally going to help others. And then those people, so when you help one person, you end up helping like 1,000 people, because they're gonna go spread it more. It just takes time. And imagine as you get better at helping people, the quality of the energy just ripples throughout the universe. Some aliens might feel the ripple of our love one day, like, damn, planet Earth, I got some healers on there. Represent. Then there's a lot of suffering, but there's a strong light on planet Earth. Like, at your service. Thank you, Commander. How do you view Eckhart Tolle? The YouTube algorithm led me to your channel through his content. Oh. I like his message, but I don't like his delivery. I need more emotion. Sometimes the way he talks, I'm like, can you add some more seasoning? You know what I'm saying? I appreciate like the scientific method and the delivery, but I need more. I follow more mysticism and more. I like results, but I just need the energy that you convey and express yourself sometimes. Yeah, so the power of now sounds like Buddhism, right? But at the end, Buddhism is not a religion, it's a practice. Practice being in a now. And when you're present for an extended amount of time, you start to have clarity. And through clarity, you have better ideas. And through better ideas, it leads you to finding your purpose and your calling. And when you find your calling, you help others find their calling, and the world is a beautiful place. It's beautiful. For my mates here in the Mystic Village. Wait, Eckhart Tolle's from the UK too, right? And Alan Watts, ain't it, mate? So shout out to all. There's a lot of mediumship and spiritual stuff going on. Wherever there's a lot of suffering, there's a lot of mystics showing up too. Right? Because they need it. Right? Wherever there's suffering, so shout out to the healing. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. In my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me. There will be an answer, let it be. let it be. Do you know about Krishna? I don't really, yeah. I know the name because Krishnamurti is like on one of my oracle cards, the Ascended Master from Doreen Virtue. I think that's the best oracle cards ever. The Ascended Master. You're like, damn, this art is on point. The card people don't know that. The card people know. And so there's so many mystical teachers. I just focus on results. It doesn't matter, right? Because you can study the Bible and one could be studying the Mahabharata and we all come to a similar conclusion. And then we see what that crossover is. And that's like a universal truth because that crossover, it's like, yo, you came from a different place and we came to a similar conclusion. That was my first oracle deck, yeah. Shout out to Doreen Virtue. The angelic numbers, all that. And respect to her who returned to Christianity eventually. Because that's just what made her happy. I left Buddhism. I was raised Buddhist, left Buddhism, came back to Buddhism. Now I realize I just practice the teaching. I'm not religiously Buddhist. Because the Buddha didn't start a religion. He said, hey, yo, pay attention. It's like a manual, you know. Observe this, wonder why, but you gotta wonder for yourself. I don't have time. I'm playing Call of Duty right now. So that's why you have to take time to cultivate. If you're too busy to cultivate, your life doesn't change. You know what I'm saying? Did you know Buddha had food poisoning? Yeah. I grew up watching the Buddha story in cartoon. So yeah, I saw that he got poisoned with mushrooms. Mushrooms my favorite thing to eat. And he knew that it was poisonous mushroom, but it's your karma. You can't run away from your time. And so he ate poisonous mushroom meat, right? Because it came from a pure place. Right? They weren't trying to poison him. They just were so devoted. But nowadays, that's the original teaching. Nowadays, you're like, yo, don't give me poisonous food. I'm trying to help serve people because there's a lot of y'all nowadays. So as you evolve and grow, you can say, these kind of mushrooms are poisonous. If you want to live a happy life, right? So, yeah. But you can actually be attached to Theravada, which is original teaching, and that's why being attached is not really healthy at all. That's why the first generation of Buddhism is called Theravada, right? The original teaching. And then there's Mahayana, which is more expanded teaching. And then this Vajrayana is like, yo, use everything you got. Which is why Tibetan Buddhism is so effective. It's just hard to practice because there's a lot of things to study and cultivate. And you can just get lost in studying the tantric arts of like singing bowls and all these. No results. You just the master called that you love to read the cookbook, but you don't even do the cooking. Some people that love to read cookbook. Number one book reader. So that's why I learned, you don't, because you can read, you can be studying the sutras too much that you don't know how to use it to help the world. This is a huge issue. You know so much knowledge but no wisdom because you don't know how to apply the knowledge, because all you do is read another. How many times have you read that, like the Tibetan book of the dead, your life's still the same, dead, like, oh. And so he made sure I didn't become like that by telling me. I remember, like, he came out of the room, and he knew these two, my Dharma brothers, he knew that they were trying to teach me to be a book reader and not a practitioner. You know, some people, they love to read a cookbook, but then they never do the cooking. Oh, they know, Bodhidharma, Huangbo, but they don't do the cooking. And he came out and told me that like 4 or 5 times, and eventually I got the message. They don't do the work. They just like to read about how to do the work. So I cut my Dharma brothers off. I stopped talking to them for like a year and a half. Because all they did was the same thing every day, expecting different results. And he didn't want me to be just like them, getting the wrong teaching. I'm so glad I trusted the master, or else I would still be like, yo, the Eightfold Path, see, it didn't say it in here. The precepts are... That's why you have a lot of monks that don't progress, because they just follow a bunch of what they think is rules, but precepts is something you observe. You're like, why did the Buddha say to check this out? They just think, just follow it. They don't want to use this thing to contemplate why. Why? Because laziness. That's what the master said. One thing I don't like, lambien, flojo. So shout out to the master. Los flojos. Los flojas. Like, oh. Yeah, when he starts calling people out, you know, people like, oh shoot, it's my turn. Oh God. Sorry. You see it. What do you mean, you disease? Welcome, Catherine. Yeah. This exists in most organized religion. I mean, even spiritual people do the same thing, whether it's religion or not. They love to read book and they're not even happy. Same thing in politics. A lot of people just say, I'm this. Right? I'm about freedom. But they don't even feel freedom. They just follow philosophy only. That's why I can't hang out with a lot of people, because they're not even happy. They don't even know they're not happy. I'm like, damn. Yeah, you know what? The sad part is a lot of spiritual people talk bad about religion, and I'm trying to stop that. Because you're doing the same thing that immature people do who are religious. It's not healthy for anybody. Right? Respect. They love Jesus. That's what makes them happy. Right? You can love without needing Jesus. That's what. Just because they tell you to, if you don't believe you go to hell, doesn't mean we should do the same thing, back to them, because we're at the end, we gotta practice one love. Well, I always ask, man, what Jesus would not be doing what this person is doing to me right now. So I'm not going to do it back to them because I respect Jesus. My whole family, yeah. I always ask whenever immature people come, what would Jesus do? Unless you want to be lower. Fire with fire, man, and then I put you out. Like, wait, what? That was called random. Yeah, that's why I'm grateful for the master, because he constantly speaks the truth in front of you and other people, and we all learn together, right? Instead of going off on some traditional Dharma that people have heard before, they just get reminded. You're getting like original teaching like constantly, which is refreshing. Let's see here. All right, here. If you were not here last night, the algorithm changed and there was like 1.5 thousand people here. That's the most I've ever had. Before, I think in the past it was like 1.2. It was just like, yeah. I was like, oh. What the? So they can just turn it on and off any point. Yeah. You just have to see summertime, they turn on the summer algorithm. They gotta go to battle against YouTube. Doreen Virtue, is that the... yeah. I think I'm gonna give Rio one of my sets of oracle cards. Maybe for healing. Archangel Raphael Ascend healing deck. Pristine, like golden edges, like yeah. Cause he's flying down in September. That's a good gift, you know. Yeah, algorithm. Like, you know, everything online is controlled. How many of Doreen Virtue? I have many of them. I would love a reading. Here, you want a reading? Breathe in. Now. Link in my bio. I mean, are you referring to? Yeah, last night. Yeah. The algorithm changed because every school in the country right now is out. West Coast, East Coast, right? All out. So they have to shift it toward, right? Because you have to see what's the nature of people online. They're either gonna go download game on Steam. They'll play that, but they'll eventually get bored. And they're gonna go to YouTube, TikTok. Right. So that's what there's a battle. There's always a battle for your consciousness. And so we're here to like, yo, you can break that cycle and just enjoy your life. Genuine people. So it is now, but the interesting part is when kids are out of school, the parents also have time to explore things online, which could be healing, right? Healing. And God, Jesus, meditation, Buddha, right? So that's what I'm grateful for. And here's the secret. If you have free time in your life, you're so blessed. Because some people can't afford free time. And the people who have free time that don't have effort end up being homeless and on the streets. Right? Some people, you have quality free time where you're not like, your life is good. And then there's free time, you're like, man, I should be working right now. But right, it's irresponsible free time. That's why when I have free time, I either do my best to eat, chill a little bit, and I'm thinking, okay, I need to edit. Right? So it's a luxury. But if your job is doing something you love, it's not a job. It's your purpose. And so you find deep meaning. And I keep growing here, right? When I'm here with you, I'm making new music, right? We're exploring different things. There's a lot of new testimonial, so it's a fresh environment all the time. And you don't know, jokes can come out of nowhere, like, oh, what the heck? Like, Lil Wayne just come out, fire with fire, man. You know? Do you love this? Are you high right now? I said, effing right. Because when you run the show, you can be as weird as you want, but there's consequences. Like, wait, what? You just have to find the right balance of work and play. Right? If I do too much Lil Wayne, people are like, what is he talking about? Tonight I'm single. Right? If I do too much R&B, like, man, is he always doing karaoke? Basically. Basically. Basically, yeah. Like, damn. I know, like, oh. I thought this. Like, look, you can take me out of Thailand, but you can't take Thailand out of me, okay? All the Southeast Asian people, yeah, that's life. They got booths for karaoke. Like, when you go to the mall in Thailand, they have a box that you can go into to karaoke. And you pay $1 per song. I need you, baby. That's what people do. Like, let's just get in there and sing real quick. They got karaoke and bowling. right? When you go to bowling in Thailand, there's karaoke. Like, why would you go to a like bowling with no karaoke when there's bowling and karaoke? That's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? Even when you get on a tour bus, like when you're going like on a Greyhound bus, in Thailand they don't have that type, but they have something similar. Karaoke on the tour bus. Okay. And you see like there's a little van, just like touring vans, little vans, like a 10-seater. They got karaoke on there. I'm like, where isn't there karaoke? You know, I'm sure there's some place there's karaoke going off in the restroom. Like, shout out to the tourism. Get karaoke anyway. Now the cool part is when you're at the beach. Like when you're at a side street on a beach, they got karaoke on the beach. In Houston, I couldn't even imagine that. You had to go to a bar, but over here it's just some random little shop, right? Like a mom and pop shop. They're like selling seafood, and they straight up got karaoke machine. That's impressive. I'm surprised it's not already on the plane. Did you join or did you just no, I have 2 streams going on. Yeah. There's a limit on how much you can stream on Insight Timer again. I have to explain this often, that's why. Insight Timer only allows you to stream for 2 hours and then it turns off that. So you could hang out in that stream for like 5 hours max, but after you reach 2, no one else can join. So if you get kicked out, you may be seeing 2 different names and because there is, yeah. Some people don't get kicked out, so I leave it on. If they could just allow me to stream 5 hours straight without blocking people, but again, nobody else is streaming this much on the whole platform, so I understand why they're not gonna do that. Like, wait, what? I know, I'm the only crazy one. Before we do more piano, I think we should do some tuning forks first. But I want to get some new background audio. Kids in Thailand were nice though about karaoke, whether you were, yeah, exactly. The Thai culture is no matter how good or bad you are at singing, you just sing. It doesn't matter because it's about chilling. You know, Thai people are very nice to each other, but sometimes it's that's why it's a highly collective and feminine culture. Right? So whenever you bring that kind of shout to America, and it's like, yo, you stop singing. Right? You see how there's a conflict going on, like. So I came from a collective culture to a more individualistic culture that's very honest to each other. But not about the things that you need to be honest about. More honest about what's in here, but not honest about what's in here oftentimes. And that's global. Yes, in Thailand, you could be collective and kind to each other because that's what's taught to you, but it lacks the sincerity too. So one can be more masculine culture, one can be feminine, but it lacks authenticity in both cultures oftentimes, and that's why people are unhappy sometimes. So I learned a lot from life so far. Even the school, I went to a low income, all Latino, listening to Juvenile. Girl, you look good when you back the thing up. To I wanna soak up the sun on 104 KRB. Right? So I got to see it. My brain kept getting broken everywhere I go. Because I just didn't fit in, and the universe didn't bless me with fitting in. I was wearing FUBU and everyone around me was wearing Abercrombie and Hollister. I'm like, wait, what? I can't adjust quickly enough. I'm over here wearing South Pole and they're on the Abercrombie. So there's like, what's the difference between masculine? One likes to listen to each other more, and one likes to talk at each other more. But each culture can have a mix of yin and yang, but the collective culture in general, that's what I noticed. One does a good job of listening more, one does a good job of talking more. But no one says anything about action. A lot of people like to listen more and talk more, but lack action. So just do what makes you happy, brothers, sisters. Follow your bliss. Sometimes you fit into more, right? This community is more feminine, more gentle, more nurturing style, but we got our sass, we got the fire, so we find a healthy balance. That's it. Because healing, you want to lead with graceful energy. That's why. But like a business stream, it needs more honesty, because if you're not honest about numbers, you're gonna be bankrupt soon. You know what I mean? It's gonna be fine, you'll make it. Even though you're in debt right now. Well, how are you gonna get out of debt? Well, you can't be going Uber Eats if you're in debt. Like, you know what I mean? If you have bills to pay, then you gotta learn to save money, and that sometimes need a firm message. You can't spend more than you make. And sometimes you have to deliver that in a way people need to feel it, or else they just have bad spending habits that leads to stress in their life. try the Dorian scale. Also, thank you for 134,000 likes. Appreciate that. On the way to 150 here. I never tried this, but I was curious about what this scale is. It's called Dorian, which should match with this flute here. So it's very similar to the minor scale, but I think it's not as effective as the minor scale, which is When I say affected, the feeling. Because when a scale resonates with you, the heart starts fluttering. Like, of course, it's the way you play too, but this is called tape piano. Now we can also do a Japanese scale, which is the hirajoshi, but it's a lot more but it is more fiery. That might work actually, but go up one octave. Yeah, this is the same Spitfire audio. right? Thanet means the holder of wealth, or the keeper of wealth. What kind of flute? Native American flute. That sounds good to you. Things that sound good, you'll practice. But if you have a small hand, then you might not want to get the biggest flute. Middle. Does your back ever get tired sitting like that? In the beginning, it's like working out. Eventually, you build muscle. It hurt for like 6 months, honestly, until you build the muscle. I slowly increase my volume, my time, from 2 hours to 3 to 4. You can lean back on something if you need to, but lean off while you're rested so you can maintain better posture. And, just take your time to grow. This is tuned to 432 Hertz, by the way, but the color's off. It even shows you the frequency on here. But when I try to tune it to this frequency, it's not 432. So that's kind of an issue. Not sure. Usually, if the weights make it more bassy, the ones with no weight, as you can see, the tuner is an app for your computer. So the experience with a higher pitch is different. You can't really tune this because there's nothing to do with it. But with weights, you can tune it because you can move the weights up and down. Or use you already know. So you have to buy it perfectly tuned. Follow to where you feel the best quality. It's called everywhere tuner. It is not free. It's like $5 or whatever. Totally worth it. Thank you for 150,000 likes in this afternoon stream. Does happiness hold a different frequency to sorrow? There's love that's conditional and love that's unconditional. I would see it that way. Unconditional love, this moment is enough. No conditions. Conditional love needs something else other than this moment. Enjoy your life while you have it. But you don't have to, you know. Happiness is a choice, so is misery. Always remember you have a choice, always. Whether you realize it or not, that's what I learned. I always have a choice. Interesting, huh? Yes, when you're not moody all the damn time, you make way better decisions and people respect you more. This is for the throat chakra currently. What's the highest octave you have? With what? Singing bowl, flutes, or tuning fork? This one is not weighted, so it's like 400 hertz. Like this, it doesn't have weights, right? With weights, I could take this one off here. Let's see. Yeah, I think that is the shortest one. Very pleasant. This one needs a little bit more tuning. Once we're done, I guess. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you for your blessings too. Grateful for all your gifting and your time. There's Vanessa. If more people can just feel this on a daily basis, you know, people's life would be improved dramatically. But I get it. They would rather watch the NBA Finals. Electrifying experience. There's a time and place for it. Yeah, this helps you relax your body and mind. Hertz. I was wondering where you were. I haven't seen Vanessa in a long time. I mean, as long as you come back happy, peaceful. Oh, what's the program? It's called Everywhere Tuner. It's for the PC. Yeah. Definitely not a phone app yet. What are the signs your energy is flowing? Is it the sense of time that's different? It's the presence. You feel more present and you feel harmonious with it. That's the main key. You're present, and life begins to, you start to see how life works more clearly because you're paying attention. When you're disharmonious, you don't pay attention, or you're ignorant of why your life's not working out. When you pay attention, you start to see no worries, sister. And one thing is, when your energy flows, you're more relaxed. You're not looking so stressed all the time like this. Like when you're looking tired and stressed all the time and you're not happy, like how many more signs from the universe do you need? Heartbreak, bankruptcy, broke, car broken down, no AC in the car. How many more signs do you need from the universe your life not working out? Some people need 20. Like, oh, take that. We can reduce. What's the best material for tuning forks? I'm not sure with that because this is all new to me. I noticed that there's $1,000 tuning fork that are larger. So, yeah. And I think they're all aluminum. And they use a laser cutter, right? And even on this is laser engraved. That chakra symbol. Even this side's laser engraved. This one is the crown chakra. B is the crown, yeah. And then the root is C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Let's go. So you can see. Right. So here's root. Yeah. That's the sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown chakra. Pleasant. And pretty, right? That's part of the aesthetics. They have good aesthetics. Like when you see it, you're like, that's interesting. You know. Thank you, Rare Ramamun. Beautiful. I'm meaning to look into like if this is already great, I'm like, what is the high, what's the better one, you know? Here's another crown chakra. Where can we buy that? Anywhere? Amazon? There's great sound healing tools everywhere. It's just, it's more about the practitioners. We need more committed practitioners who take it, you know. The tools, we're so abundant with tools. It's just find your way, find your way. Wobbly. Root chakra. It's more antique. You already know, it's more dynamic. Contemporary. But then the way you use it, there's so many ways to bring out different characteristics. You just have to know what's effective or just do all the techniques, you know. You want to smooth it out. You want more dynamics? Completely different experience in it. Right. Every tool's a lot of exploration. So, and the bigger the bowl, the pricier it gets, but the more unique experience, right? It's like a Morse code or something in there. It's like a crop circle kind of vibe. Like, you know there's some message in there and you're learning it, but you don't even need to know what it means, but it does feel good. The hardest things to execute is the more technical, the higher pitch stuff. (1,581 hertz). Like, wait, what? Thank you, Rich. Have heard of, yeah. My friend has a rifling machine. He's got all the bougie, spiritual, new age technology, and doesn't even use them that much. Just like, it's like that machine where you lay down and electricity comes out of it, like a Tesla coil kind of thing. Like, bro, why don't you be laying on that? It's a bed that has that thing coming out of it, yeah. You can see that. I mean, what I think is cool is the bed, the heated bed that's filled with quartz crystal. I'm like, I'll never buy that. But it's cool to, oh, that's bougie. Sleep on the dirt, the same thing. Just lay on the earth. Go outside and lay on the earth. Same thing. Hey, quartz, amethyst crystal packed into a bed. Bougie. How did you like that health patch? Or the third eye patch? I think it's good marketing. Super profitable. Meditation, free. Mindfulness, free. I'd rather be a practitioner than a sticker. Or maybe they practice putting the sticker on their third eye to open it. Like, and I would be more open to listening, but when the person's energy seems ungrounded to me, I just want to be respectful, that's all. The person's energy was kind of ungrounded, so that's why if they were like grounded and chill, I'll try. But when they're grounded and their energy seems ungrounded, like that's why I just want to receive out of respect. I don't want to be all rude, like, yo, energy ungrounded. Oh, thank you. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be a good neighbor. Because they seem okay, but to me, something's off. And I think it has to do with money. That's what it is. Because apparently one of those stickers is not cheap. You have to buy a subscription to get third eye stickers. I'm like, but she said they used them in the military. I'm like, this is the first one I've seen. But I'm open to it. It's just more about open your heart. Free. You don't even have to subscribe. Subscribe by taking a deep breath. So this technique, again, I don't see people use too much because hard to execute. I mean, it's old news, When we look at the roots of everything, it's pure. But whenever you get too far away from the trunk of the tree, you disconnect with the roots. The Buddha didn't start religion and Jesus didn't either, but they taught something with results. And people turned their teaching into communities where they then created institutions that didn't practice very well but identified very well. I identify with Jesus, I identify with Buddhism, I identify with peace, but I don't feel peace. I just follow peace but don't feel it. This is the main issue nowadays. You just identify with groups but you're not happy. And then you get used. I'm not here with that. Just like Colorado, Rocky Mountain. My brain is permanently scarred. I think I can heal my spirit, but my brain might hurt forever. You have to stop thinking that way, because if you can think the worst, you can also think the best. It's hard to heal when you already think that it's not possible. I can just kind of heal. What if complete healing is possible? You just don't believe in it, so you block it. You don't have to know how it's gonna happen, just know that a way is possible. That's what I love so much about healing. That's why miracle healing is, because that person didn't know what was possible, but they still surrendered. So you have to watch your language. But be gentle with yourself. How can I be grateful for all that I experience? How? How? Just do it. Is there teaching in negative experiences? Sometimes you don't see it because all you look at is negativity. But when you see the negative things trying to teach you something, there's wisdom behind that negativity. Thank you so much. But the ego is a hell no, F that person. That's why the ego blocks the healing. The heart helps you to have compassion and understanding and learn from the negative things. And when you think you can do that, the worst thing will happen to you to teach you something, because you said you learned something, right? So imagine when, quote unquote, the worst thing happened, you say, thank you for the teaching. And it starts to heal rapidly. Why? Because you finally learned something. But for the people who say, I have faith, I have mutual faith, they get tested and they go, man, God, why are you bad to me? I'm like, oh. Failed the test again. Yeah, this is mostly brass. I think it is. It's beautiful. It's just telling you it's above the line or behind the line. Left is negative, right? Or this side is the negative side, I think. This side is plus. From the center line, that's it. Can you see energy sometimes when you look at people? I don't see energy. The universe sees the energy. The universe let you see. I don't see. When you see, your ego starts to see, and your ego starts to corrupt things. So don't see. Let the universe see for you. Stay humble. A lot of healers don't know how to stay grounded and humble. That's why they drain people, and then people run away from them because their energy bad. Thank you so much today. I hope you enjoyed today's experience. Different experience every stream. More sound healing, teaching kind of vibe today. Yes, I'll be on tonight. Tomorrow, I'll be on daytime only. Oh no, I'll be on daytime a little bit and nighttime, yeah. So, yes, we have a widescreen mode. If you didn't know, see? You just have to press the widescreen button around here. And of course, grateful for 175,000 likes. We reached the goal. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the blessing, all the gifting. If you vibe with people here, please check out everybody who you vibe with. Many live stream here. Christy, Zen Zone Monique, and I think even content creators, right? Vanessa has a lot of content too, and Sister Grace also does sound healing too, and Virgil, the two lovebirds. Three ohms, here we go. Yes, of course, Era Eyes is also so many practitioners. Here we go. Breathing in. Please love your damn self. Yes, I'm leaving. Goodbye. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you tonight. Two ducks.